Hey YouTubers, welcome back to Rosie's Reviews. Well, we're back here in my kitchen again, so you know what that means. We're gonna make another plated recipe for my plated subscription. So I'm gonna pull up the card here and tell you that we're gonna be making tonight cod and papillote. Okay, that means cod and parchment, with herb butter, farro, and lemon roasted asparagus. So, now last time my picture didn't make it in the video because the video camera I have doesn't have a viewfinder, so I was just, you know, taking a shot. So I'm going to cover my face to make sure you see the picture. And we're going to make that tonight. So I'm going to show you all the steps, the ingredients. So let's get started. Okay, we now have gotten past what is considerably my least favorite part of the plated process, is all the prep. So we'll walk over here to the stove, and I have boiling in here some water, bringing to a boil. I had to kind of turn it down because honestly it boiled faster than it needed to. So that's boiling, getting ready to put some rice in. I may add a little more water to that here in a minute. Then I have over here our ingredients. This is the red rice and farro for the cod. I have rinsed and finely chopped the parsley and the chives that'll be used. Also, I have cut off the bottom ends of the pencil asparagus and have chopped them diagonally 1 inch, about a 1 inch size. Then I've also zested a lemon, and I've split that lemon in 2 parts, and 1/2 of it I've thinly sliced. And I've also received in my ingredients white wine, which we'll be using that for the cod, I'm sure, and butter. So all our things are prepped and we're ready to go on to the next step. Okay, we've added the red rice and the farro to, as you can see, to a pot of boiling water, and I've added a generous pinch of salt, and this will cook for 20 to 25 minutes, or actually 22 to 25 minutes. I've got it set on my timer for about 24. And the next step, we're going to make the herb butter. Okay, so now we have assembled our 2 pieces of cod with what they call the en papillote, or the in parchment. And so what I've done is, I'll come a little closer here so you can kind of see it. I have salt and peppered the cod. Then I have put a homemade herb butter over it. Now that doesn't look a lot like herb butter, I am sure, to you, but it's the best that this little chef can do. That is the chopped parsley, the chopped chives, with 2 pats of butter, mixed together with a lemon zest. So I think we could have used a little more butter in the recipe, but overall I think it'll work. So we'll see how it's really mainly for just the flavoring of the cod. And then I covered it with 2 slices of the sliced lemon. And so we'll get these prepared as our red rice and farro continues to cook. Okay, so as you can see here, I have sealed up the cod in their little parchment sleeping bags, and I've creased them around the edges here. Basically that's merely to keep all of the aromatic coverings and seasonings in. And this is put on, both of them are put on a baking sheet, and I'll cook this for 12 minutes approximately, or until they're puffy. Little parchment sleeping bags get puffy and the fish is opaque. And so we have preheated the oven to 425 degrees, so they're ready to go. Okay, so now we've prepared the asparagus that we're going to roast, and I have put it in a baking sheet. I have tossed it with the lemon zest, the juice of the 1/2 of lemon, a tablespoon of olive oil, and salt and pepper. And this is going to roast in the oven at the same temperature as the papillotes. The cod has been cooking at 425 for about 8 minutes. So we'll walk over here to the stove, And I'll tell you that they don't tell you this, but I've been stirring this red rice and farro just because I'm afraid it'll stick, but so far so good. I'm waiting for this to complete, and I'm waiting for the cod to cook. So I'm going to kind of put a little hold on putting the asparagus in. Eventually I'll be mixing it with this red rice and farro. So we'll take a little standby break here, and we'll come back when we get to the next step. Okay, we took the farro and red rice off the stove, and I've drained it, and I've mixed in 1 tablespoon of olive oil and salt and pepper. Now, I have never had farro, nor have I made farro. And the smell is great. Like, it's a really good, like, rich smell to go with the rice. So I'm already getting excited about this meal, and I haven't even got everything else out. And there's my timer for my cod to come out. So let's take that out of the oven. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. Cod in papillote, or in parchment, with herb butter, farro, and lemon roasted asparagus. Ooh, that looks good. Now compare it. I want to tell you, the smell of that cod is amazing. It's so fresh. I mean, plated has such fresh produce as well as meats and seafood. I can't say enough good about it. Well, let's take a look at the picture. Now, I did not serve it in the parchment paper, mainly because if you notice, it's kind of clumsy a little bit. I like to have a little room so I can eat my food. But you can leave it in the parchment paper and eat it out of that, of course. But I did not. But I plated it up like this. There is plenty of this farro and asparagus with rice. I mean, I have as much or more for my second plate, which I will save up and warm up for leftovers tomorrow or the next day. So now is the big reveal. Let's see how it tastes. So let me turn the camera back around, and I'm going to take a little bite of the fish first. Looks very opaque. Really good. I love seafood. If you like cod, oh my stars, this is such good cod. I can taste the lemon. The chives are not too overpowering, which is great. And it tastes like drawn butter, like you would get at a really fancy restaurant. All right, let me taste the farro and get some asparagus with it to make it a full experience. So here's the farro. Very good. The red rice and the farro are hearty. A little bit heartier than just regular rice. It's a little heartier than brown rice, actually. Tastes really good. It's got that lemon zest flavor in it, so it has that extra pop to it. Highly recommend it. Well, I love this dish. Absolutely love it. So I hope you guys enjoyed watching me make this food, and you too could also be making food like this. I'm no professional chef. I mean, I'm a business major. I do not know how to cook. And this steps you through it all. You can have perfectly beautiful fish, wonderful vegetables, a healthy meal, all very seasonal. And it took me, I guess, from prep to sitting down here, took me a little over an hour. Maybe right at an hour, actually, if I look at the clock right. I didn't watch when I started. It said it took about 40 to 50 minutes. So not bad, because now I've got another plate I can warm up, and I've warmed up leftovers with plated, and it's been wonderful. The leftovers are just as good the second time when I warm them up. I mean, obviously they're not as fresh as taking them right off the stove or whatever, but they're really good. So I'm going to put a link in the description box below. If you'd like to try plated, use that link and you will get $24 off your first box. Listen, I highly recommend it. I love it. I'm obsessed with it. And I even skipped a week last week to test that out, because I really I was going to be gone a lot during the night, during the evenings. I had a lot of other commitments, and I just didn't want the food to go to waste. And it is so easy to skip. If you start this subscription and you travel or you're gone, it is one click and your week is skipped. It's very, very easy. No penalty. You just come right back when you're ready to order again. So that's all we have tonight, guys. I hope you've enjoyed our cod and whatever it is in parchment with herb butter, farro, and lemon roasted asparagus. All right. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you next time.